Because this week, we had something in Covenant University called Trade Fair. All right. Now, Trade Fair is an opportunity for students like ourselves to begin to, develop that entrepreneurial, that mindset. All right. Oh, we see that students need this. Let's bring it. Let's sell it to them. All right. But maybe because we're in Covenant University, some things can be quite pricey. All right. So I walked into, the area where there were some of these things. Right. And I wish I had your discipline, because I bought one finger of plantain. I bought it for 800 naira. Why? Peer pressure. All right? And I really wish I had your discipline. There's another thing that I really got from your story, apart from how disciplined you are, is your hustle energy. Someone say hustle energy. How many of you remember when she said she started from a 1-bedroom apartment, and then she told us that she moved into a 3-bedroom apartment? If you were happy when she said that, raise your hand. But somehow, some way, she was still in a 1-bedroom apartment. Why? Because she saw a future. All right? So if there is another thing that I really want each and every one of us to gain from her, apart from her discipline, is that hustle culture. All right? Be willing to give everything to the future that you desire. How many of you have received value so far? All right, please, a round of applause for yourselves. So right about now, we will be moving into the panel session. And I want you to please give me your energy as I call up these people up to the stage. First of all, I will be inviting the CEO. Okay, please, can we get some young gentlemen, strong and able men, to help us move these chairs towards the center? All right, please, very quickly. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Very quickly, so that we can proceed in this event. All right, just move them towards the center. All right, thank you. As quickly as you possibly can. I believe that, move it a bit, just a bit. All right, I believe this is okay. This should be okay. All right, that's good. Thank you very much. Okay, so I would be inviting the people for the first panel session that we'll be having in today's program. Please, with your energy, I would love us to give a round of applause for the CEO, Kavod Chips, Alabi Ireoluwa Glory. A round of applause for her as she comes forward. All right. The very next person I will be inviting up is the CEO and co-founder of Sausage Party, Okpaleke Caleb Chidindu. Another round of applause for him. And I would, last and definitely not the least, be inviting MBA Kaleria Favor. She is the CEO of Faster Logistics. Another round of applause for her. All right. Look at all of them, CEOs, looking very stunning. How many of you want to be CEOs just because of how stunning they look? Now, to moderate this session, I will be inviting someone special, Rachel Omasibro, who will be the moderator of this session. Please, a round of applause for her.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all good. You're all looking really, really wonderful, looking really beautiful. And we are ready to draw from your well of knowledge today. I'm moving straight into the questions for today. These questions will be for every single one of you. The first question is, how would you define an entrepreneurial mindset as a student? I would like to start with you, Favor.
Okay, so I would define an entrepreneurial mindset as a student as the ability to find solutions to problems within you. Like when you look around and then you're able to see that this is a problem, and then you're able to draw out a solution, sit down with yourself and think and bring out a solution to the problem. That's what I'll define.
All right, thank you, Favor. Please, Caleb.
Okay, how I would define an entrepreneurial mindset is the mindset of looking out for problems, looking out for things that need solving, and then bringing a solution to those problems.
So thank you for the question. How divine entrepreneurial mindset is that you are able to do whatever you need to do. For me, entrepreneurial mindset is all about just doing it. Like, don't be scared. Just go ahead and do it. Like, if you have the idea, take the step. Even if you fail in the step, just take the step first. That's how I define my own entrepreneurial mindset.
Sorry, moderator, very quickly. Please, the young men that helped us carry these chairs, we need you again for just help us move it a bit to the left. All right. So please, can you? I'm very sorry for this, but because of this podium, it's blocking, some of our panelists. So please, can we very quickly? Okay, let me just pick people very quickly. Please, just help us, so that we can just move the chairs and continue with the panel session. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we are rearranging ourselves, our DVC has another very important university assignment, and he'll be taking his leave now. But before he goes, we'll be inviting him up for a picture session with our guests in the house. Please, sir. Please, can all our guests join us? The dean, sir. The director CDS, Dr. Falola, please, where are you? Please, is it possible to put the DVC in the middle? Please, ma, can you go to the other side? Thank you so much. Please, a round of applause for our DVC, and shall we rise as he takes his leave, please? Thank you. Thank you so much. You can all be seated. Thank you. We'll quickly proceed. Elvin, please.
So we are done. We're coming back from that very short break. We'll be resuming. We would be resuming the panelist session now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Elvis. Thank you so much, Dr. Thelma. Right about now, moving on to the next question, and I would like for Caleb to answer this question. So what was that particular moment that you moved from having ideas to actually taking actions and steps?
Okay. The idea that brought about Sausage Party actually came from an EDS class. I was with three of my like-minded friends, and then the idea just came. The Holy Spirit just brought it to me, and I let them know because I know that sometimes I may be slow to action, but I subscribe to support systems. So I let my friends know about it, and then they remind me about it, and eventually I go ahead and do it. So then the idea came out 4 months before the business actually started, but then we had to get to a point that we actually have to do this. And then we started thinking and started planning. 3 months later, we started our trade fair, and we had series of meetings and plannings and delegations, and then at the end of the trade fair, we had made over 2,000 orders at an average of 35. So you can do the calculation. So that kind of thing. I subscribe to support systems. Thank
All
you.
right, so if I got your answer clearly, it was first the idea from the Holy Spirit, and then your support system helped you to move forward with it. That was really wonderful. Moving on to the next question. What is one common excuse that you believe students give for not starting a business or for not pushing on with an idea? And how would you challenge this? I would like for Iriloa to answer that question for us.
I'm too, yes, I have a lot of things I'm doing. I'm more busy. I believe I'm very, very busy. And for me to be very busy and still have my own business, I believe anybody can do it. So you're not too busy as a student. Yes, we know that, oh, you have your academics there with you. But at the same time, you cannot just graduate with certificates. You have to have certificates. You get what I'm saying? So we all have to have something we're doing. That's what I believe. So you're not just a student because, oh, 5.0, first class. Along the line, what else do you have to offer? What else do you know how to do very well? If it's business time, go into it. If it's creativity, go into it. Do something. Don't just say, I'm busy, and then you're going from chapel service to class and to your hostel. Triangle life is boring, basically. So just do something. Don't be lazy. You're all busy too. So
What Iriloa is telling us is that we should start, we should not be lazy, and we should not be scared of getting what we want to get done. Done. Moving forward to our next question, I would like Favor to answer this for us. What is one small practical step that a student can take today to start thinking entrepreneurially?
Okay, so one practical step that you can take today is to pay attention to your environment. Pay attention to like complaints. Someone beside you, like, okay, someone can say today that, I don't know how I'm going to be able to transport this thing to school. Pay attention to like complaints around you from people and try to put it into a solution that you can offer. Yeah, that was one practical step I would do.
We should focus on the pain points that people around us have. What is something that is bothering them? And then we can prefer solutions to these problems, and that will be a very great business idea. What challenge has tested you the most, and how did that help you shape your mindset? I'd like for Iriloa to answer that question for us.
I've been challenged so many times. I remember when I first started doing my IT, that was last year. And then I had to go to work 6:30 a.m. and come back 6:30 p.m. And I started with just doing potato chips for 100 naira. So that means I have to come back from work. I'll go to the market, get potato and oil, come back home, fry. I'll sleep by 2 a.m. Go to work again by 6:30 because I want to sell chips. That was a lot on its own because I was sleeping less. I go to work in the morning, and then everybody around me is like, are you fine? Did you sleep very well? But in mind, I'm like, I'm out to make my money. Yes, I'm fine. As far as money is coming in, I'm good. And now something that was driving me is that I know that I'm not just going to sell 100 naira chips. I know where this company is going to, because it's a company. And then I know where we're going to be later in life. So everything I'm suffering now is for now. And then whatever I'm going to be in future is going to be greater than now. So
Thank you very much, Iriloa. What Iriloa is telling us is that you should have a vision, and that vision will propel you into getting to where you want to get to. Thank you once again, Iriloa. For the next question, this is for Favor once again. How do you handle fear of failure and judgment from others? I, for one, I know I'm very afraid. This is something that I'm afraid of doing, but I'm here and I'm doing it. So how do you handle fear of failure?
So I handle fear of failure, knowing that no matter what I do, so far as the thing I'm doing is bringing money to me, paying the bills, is making me comfortable, it's making me, like, when I want to see something, I'm able to get to start thinking twice. So if you ever think that, oh, okay, what she's doing doesn't make sense, or if you ever think of judging someone, or if you ever think of judging, I just think that at the end of the day, if I do good or if I do bad, you will still judge me. So why not do what I have interest in doing and let it pay the bills and let the results show?
Can I add to her?
Yes.
So one thing I believe so far is that being an entrepreneur is a risk. And there are times where you start something and it will end. I've started 3 businesses that have stopped. I think Avod is like the 4th or the 5th one. I used to open Instagram account like, oh, I have a business, let me open Instagram. I'll post and everything. But the thing is, I was talking to my cousin brother and he was telling me, will I be selling chips even after graduating from Commonwealth University? And in my mind, I started thinking about that. Does it make sense to even sell chips? Does not make sense. But the Holy Spirit spoke to me and be like, it's not just chips. Like when you already have God with you, I don't think you should be scared of whatever anybody says. When you believe this is where you are going to with your business, no matter how small it is. Like she said, our keynote speaker, she said she was selling meat pie. And see how far she has already come. So whatever the judgment, whatever anybody, whosoever is judging you, fash it.
Can I also add to
Yes,
that?
Caleb, go ahead.
In terms of fear of failure, I think one of our core values is possibility mentality. I've learned to, over the years, be highly optimistic, and have God by your side. Have the mindset that, okay, this can probably fail, but I know that because of its me and the Holy Spirit that's backing me, this is going to work. And also have plan Bs and backup options for all the possible things that could go wrong. Think about all the things that can go wrong, but always be optimistic that this will happen and this will work out.
All right, one thing, thank you very much, Caleb. Thank you, Ira, thank you, Favor. One thing I've been able to learn is that you could tell, it's glaring that you're a Covenant University student because you always find a way to draw back to God, draw back to the Holy Spirit, and how He's your source of help and how He's the one that has been pulling you through. Thank you so much for that. Moving on to Iriloa, because I believe you spoke on this earlier. How do you practically balance your academics with your project or your business? How do you do that?
Okay, like I said before, I'm a very, very busy person. So I don't know. God just helped me. Like my friend used to say, it was like, if you don't stay in your hostel, I'm like, I can't stay in my hostel. Like I have to work. So because I feel like I already have the energy, like I'm an energetic person. So instead of just wasting my energy on my bed, I just find something to do. Although I have time, I rest, I take a break and everything. But those times comes later after I've worked. So for me now, I stayed back. I'm final year, so I stayed back for my project. I did basically almost all my work during my stay back. I know, okay, this new semester I'm entering. I focus on extracurricular activities and everything. And then my project, I did it during the stay back. I made sure I finished it to an extent that it won't choke me when difference is coming. So that's what I did. I just know how to balance myself with academics. Like, it's not really affecting me. It's not even affecting me at all.
Okay, so if I get what you're saying is proper planning is very essential in balancing your
planning.
business
Yes.
and then your academics.
Yes.
So if you want to go into a business, do not be scared that, oh, my academics are going to debar me or are going to stop me from being able to achieve what I want to achieve. But essentially, have your plans to be able to balance everything out and all will work well.
And again, not everybody is like, we are not the same. Yeah, some people don't know how to multitask. I multitask a lot. I can do 5 things at the same time, even in my head. But if you know you are someone that just take one step at a time, I think you should just focus on one. If it's academics, maybe during the break, you plan your business plan during the break. But then during school, you focus on school. So everybody have different way they work. So
what Ariella is saying is find out who you are and stick to systems that work for you. To Caleb, how do you practice? If you could start over as a student, what would you do differently?
Okay, one of the things I would do differently is that I would invest heavily in relationships. Because relationships are one of the things that make you go far. Like our keynote speaker said, it's not all about money, it's about relationships. Because relationships and information, and how you can get that information is through the people that you meet. Because there are a lot of things that are going on that you don't know about. But if you know about it through those people and with their help, they help you so much. And how relationships helped us is that at a few events that we've had, because Sausage Party is an event-based business, we have people that we pay, but there's a lot of good friends that come and help out to sell, to make, to do publicity, and that has made us go farther than how we would have done if it was just us only. So that's one of the things I'll invest in, relationships.
All right, Favor, I also want you to answer that question. Because start over as a student, what's one thing that you would do differently?
If I'm to start over again, I would start immediately I enter school, like in my 100 level, and I would try to socialize more because honestly, your greatest customers are actually not your friends. They are just random strangers that you speak to and then maybe referrals. So just try to socialize, try to build your brand from talking to people. Don't be shy. When you meet someone, at the end of a discussion, be like, oh, I run this. In case you need our services, we can offer that to you.
All right, so thank you very much, Favor. Thank you very much, Caleb. If I understand you well, you need people regardless. Every single time, every single thing that you might be doing, you're always going to need people, and you're supposed to capitalize on that, and that would help your business grow to immeasurable heights. Thank you very much. So on to our final questions, which is for everybody on this panel. What is one mindset shift that every student needs to succeed beyond the classroom? I would like for Yurilu to start.
I believe one mindset you should have is believe in yourself. If you if you have God and then you have everything, you have access to anything. So just believe in yourself first off. I'm ready to take a step, like ready to take this risk. If you're shy, it's not good. It's very bad. If you're an introvert, please change. I know you are gentle, but change. Be an ambivert, at least small energy. I just believe if you believe in yourself, anything is possible. But don't crash out. Don't do too much, but then you believe in yourself, anything is possible, basically.
All right, Caleb.
Okay, one mindset shift I think we should have is it is possible. No matter how small the idea may be, no matter how big it may be, it is possible. No matter what people say about it, because people can have, everybody has something to say. And that's because they have not actually gone to actually do it. But when you think it's possible, you think through it and you do minimum viable products, you try and you try, you fail, you succeed, it is possible. And eventually you get to the place that you want to get to.
All right, Favor.
So one mindset shift that you cannot make a living from your comfort zone. If you are too comfortable in a place, for someone that loves our comfort zone too much, if you're too comfortable in a place, you can't make any valuable source of income. And also, start small. It doesn't matter. You might say, oh, I don't have the resources to start. You do if you actually sit down and think well within yourself. I remember when I started my business, doing my internship, I had a rider, but I was so scared to let him know that, okay, I wanted to start doing this as a business. And then I started making inquiries indirectly from him. And then he realized and he asked me, oh, are you trying to start a company? And I said yes. I was scared that, oh, he wouldn't want to pull me through. But since then to now, he has always pulled me through. So you need to start small, look within you. You would actually find that you have the resources within you to start. And don't feel too comfortable staying in one place because you won't be able to do anything valuable.
All right. Thank you
Can
very
I
much.
add to that? Adding to the start small. I remember I started Cabo Chips with just 8,000 naira. And that's because I wanted this money to take photo shoot for my birthday. And I'm like, should I just snap birthday picture or I should start something? Because if I start something, that means next year birthday, I will have money for birthday picture. And I prayed about it. And then I took 8,000 naira to the market. I bought a manual cutter. I bought potato and I bought oil. And then I went back to my house and I begged her, please let me use the gas so I will pay the gas later. You know how you can be with your parents now. You're using gas and everything. And then I started. I got nylons too and I started. And right now, 8,000 naira K. That cannot do anything. So basically start small. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Caleb. Thank you very much, Irulua. Thank you very much, Favor. Finally, I would like for you to, if there is anything that you would like to say to the student body, anything, doesn't have to be anything, business, academic, spiritual, whatever it may be, I would like for you to say it to them. Yes, Favor.
Okay, so actually, if you know you're going to have a right state of mind while running a business, you have to actually hold God tight. Because there are some days that will test you, and you also need to discipline yourself. There are some customers that will test you. There are some customers that will actually be rude to you. So you just need to build that discipline within yourself and also hold God tight, because there are some days that would really test your faith. There are some days that you really say, oh, is this worth it? The stress and everything. But it's really worth it, and just hold God tight in everything you do.
All right, Caleb.
Okay, one thing I'd like to let you know is build a strong team, like a reliable team of like-minded people. And not everybody needs to do the same thing. You know people that are good at this, good at that, and then you bring them into your team, show them the vision, and they work together. Because Sausage Party, my business, works with a good, strong set of people that can do excellent things. And then together, individually, we could have not done much together, but together we're able to make great things. So build a strong team of friends or people that have strengths in certain things and work together to make your vision possible.
All I will say is pray. Oh. Pray, because when it is, we test you, but it's only God that can help you. So just pray. Pray and have people around you. So I have something for anybody in the hall. Like, I have a chips here. So I would love if somebody can tell me the meaning of kavod. Like, does anybody know the meaning of kavod? I mentioned on my Instagram sometimes back, and I said the meaning of kavod. So, is anybody in the audience that would love this free chips? Tell me the meaning of kavod. Anybody?
Immediately
Anybody?
you said it, this hand at the back. Okay, you guys are friends. Disqualified.
Disqualified.
Disqualified. We don't do cheating in Covenant University. Stop that. So how many of you here are not affiliated with Ire and know the meaning of kavod? Are you friends with Ire? Okay, you are friends, but you're not affiliated. All right.
So kavod means glory.
She's right. So my full name is Alabiroluwa Glory, and kavod means glory.
Oh, I think that's really deep. I think that is really, really wonderful. So if there was something that I have been able to take away from this interaction, it is three things. You, God, and people. You have to look within, find what makes you special. You have to build a team. You have to have formidable people around you. And then finally, always look to God, who is essentially your source. Thank you very much, Favor.
Thank
you
you.
very much, Caleb.
Thank you
and
very
thank
much.
you very much, Iroluwa.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much to all of our panelists. Before you leave, right, we will be entertaining, because of time, just 2 questions from, those of you in the audience. If you have questions that you want to ask our panelists before they leave, please raise up your hand. Okay, I'm coming to you, and second person you, then we're done. All right, very quickly. Where's the other person? Okay. Question fast.
All right. My name is Peter Asemota, and I have a question. So when you start a business, when do you know it's time to scale up?
Did you get that question?
When will you know, if you want to grow your business, when or how will you know that it's time to now scale up your business?
Okay, so starting a business is easy, but scaling a business is the point. I knew that I was going to scale up kavod was when I was doing a pre-order system. I started a pre-order system in CU, where I tell you to pre-order your chips and then you get part of your provisions against resumption. Do you get? And at that point, I'm like, I was getting a lot of orders, and I'm like, I started with 8,000 naira by myself with manual cutter. I can't continue like this, so I had to employ somebody that's scaling. Then I know, okay, I need new packaging. I improved my packaging. That's also part of scaling. So the more customers you get, the more visibility you get, that's how you scale.
Okay. I have an answer to that question too, is that build a good system, a system that works seamlessly, so that when come rain, come sunshine, the system works. A common mistake that businesses make is that they scale up too soon. So you have to make sure that your system works. And then, if the demand is above what you are supplying, that's when you move into scaling.
So have they satisfied your question? All right, it's lovely.
Hey guys. Okay. I actually have 2 questions, but I'll make it very quick. My first question is, okay, for context, I am a filmmaker. So I make short films and documentaries about random things, but also storytelling. When it comes to that resilience of, I know I want to do this thing, and then I try to do it, and it doesn't work out. First of all, have you had experience? Obviously, I've had experiences with that, but how do you make it a habit of just knowing that this may not work as I'm going into it? And when it fails, how do I bounce back? And my second question is, I know she wants chips, but can we get chips?
What? Okay, so he mentioned something about bouncing back when you fail, right? So as our keynote speaker said also when she was making her speech, she said, when you fail, you sit down yourself, analyze what went wrong, what didn't I do right, what made this fail, and then try to put it back into your already existing plan, or maybe draft a new plan so that whatever made that fail, you work on it and make it perfect.
That's a lovely answer. And to add to that is that have stand on the shoulder of giants. Have mentors and role models that you follow by, people that you study. I myself, I try to read books, but I don't read a lot of books. So I structured my social media algorithm in a way that it fills me um, with videos and lectures from business modules like Alex Omozi, like Tunde Onakoyo, like Vusi Tembakwayo. And then from that, I'm able to learn that, okay, in this particular situation, this is how to react. In this particular situation, this is how to react. If you fail, it is not the end. And then I already know what is going to happen because I've studied about what happens in the business sphere.
All right, that's good, right? All right, please, another round of applause for our panelists. Okay, so right about now, I would be having the honor to invite Mrs. Florence for a picture with the panelists. Then immediately after that, the CEDS team has prepared some gifts for you and our panelists. So we'll be having that immediately after. Please, a round of applause for her as she steps forward and we take the picture. So please, let's come forward. And also, I would be inviting any of the committee members that are around. If you are part of the CDS. Oh, I am also, thank you so much. What an honor. Thank you, thank you. So please, if you are part of the CDS Day Planning Committee, okay, please come forward for this picture as fast as possible because we need to proceed with the other things that are in the order of events. Please, a round of applause for them as they go back to their seats. Please, pardon me. Can you please come forward, Mrs. Florence, and the panelists for your awards? Remember I said that the CEDS team prepared something lovely to just honor you. Thank you so much, Ma, for coming. Thank you so much for our panelists as well. This is just a token to signify that the CEDS team honors you. And we appreciate you coming here to, give us a part of your story so that we can be inspired as well. And I really was inspired. All right. Give them their own one by one.
Just smiling into the camera.
Okay, because she's just beautiful, right? You just have to get clips. All right then.
Sorry, just like moving to the camera. I'm coming.
Oh, sure, no problem. I should hold this as well.
Sorry, it's meaning you. Like you're pretty. It's like just like a nice.
No, they've given Ire her award. She wants.
Come pick your.
She said that you are the one inviting the.
Yeah, the guest speaker. Okay, on the chair.